Good morning.
Hello.
Hi, and welcome everyone to the Radke Show. See, right here, we're not kidding. Right here, it's the Radke Show for real. Hi, everybody. I'm Melissa Radke, and this is my co-host, David Radke. And we do this every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning. Monday through Thursday, we do it 8:30-ish. Monday through Thursday on YouTube. But the last week or so, we've been adding Facebook in because we figure that the people on Facebook are far too lazy to just log off of Facebook and get on to YouTube. It would literally be
That's a lot of effort.
2 clicks of a finger. But we're making it easy. But I will say, this is our last week with you, Facebook. This is our last week. So if you enjoy doing this with us, it's absolutely free. You just get on YouTube to do it. I don't know. You think people are like, YouTube is scary. I don't know what's over there. I think Snoop Dogg's just running amok over there.
I think people just get into a habit of what they're doing and
I know
all that kind of good stuff.
I know. I figure at this, I think that people are probably like me. I got my 4 apps. I'm going to go to them, but I'm not going to go to any more than that. And one of them is going to be my Candy Crush.
Getting crush. Get crush. This is, you said we do it every Monday through Thursday.
We do.
Because this is actually 4 years. This is our 49th month of doing this. Is that right?
Yeah. I'm going to tell y'all something. In my spirit, I feel like it's winding down for me. 49 months.
We've done a lot of these, but we did not do it last week. We
did not, because we were on a Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty. Stop. We'll get sued. We went on a cruise last week, and we missed so much. And I'm actually being serious right now. We were, a lot of people told us, oh, it's a bad time to go on a cruise. I hope the hurricane doesn't get you and y'all don't run into bad weather. We never had a drop of rain the entire week. It was a glorious week, but it wasn't back at home as far as in North Carolina. Is it South Carolina too? Florida? I don't know where it all happened, but we literally missed it all. We didn't even have news. My phone didn't work for 4 solid days on that cruise. My phone did not work.
We knew a little bit about it, because I guess it started hitting Friday, Saturday when it started, just the floods and just, it is unreal. The stuff that we've seen in North Carolina is the hardest hit, but I think there may be some in South Carolina and Tennessee, and it's just, of course, right where it hit in Florida.
Right.
Just terrible stuff.
But David, are you seeing these, and y'all can speak to this better than we can because we missed all of the news, but are you seeing these videos of people who would have been outside their yard and like the mudslide?
Oh yeah.
First of all, what are you doing, Darlene? What are you doing outside with your phone up and a mudslide is coming? But also, it's not just the mudslides and stuff. It's just the people walking into their home and the water is up to here and their picture frames are floating all around them. Like, how do we even begin to wrap our mind around that? How do you even begin to wrap your mind around the restoration of that? It just is so,
where do you start?
Overwhelming. Yeah. I mean, at this point, I feel so silly to ask this, but our house got flooded several years ago. And when I say our house got flooded, it was in like 3 bedrooms. Right? I mean, it wasn't the entire house,
right.
But
and it was like a foot of water.
Right. And we had a shop vac. And we would fill up the shop vac and take it out and dump it and fill up the shop vac. But what do you do in a situation like that? There's water everywhere.
Yeah. And higher. And well, in so many, it just destroyed homes and wiped homes out. And it's terrible. It's really terrible.
It hit us pretty bad here in Southwest Virginia too, said Shannon Browning. The devastation is catastrophic. My son's wedding was supposed to have been on Saturday, the 28th in Asheville. I'm guessing it's not going to be. And now there's another one headed to Florida this week.
Yeah, it's already a category 3, and I think it may be 4 by the time it hits.
Well,
Just
I want you guys to know we missed so much of it, but when we came back, we were absolutely stunned and shocked and just so sorry. And our church took up a donation yesterday, and so we did that, and to go to Convoy of Hope, which is right there on the ground helping people. And I don't know, just I don't even know what to say now. But on to some little bit of lighter news, because you come here, you want to have fun, you want to laugh, you want to get your mind off things. We understand that. So we're going to tell you about our cruise with the Mormons. Okay? Because we went on a cruise this past week, and we did not know it when we booked it, but it was going to be a Mormon cruise. Okay?
that's actually not.
It was a Mormon cruise, David.
Not even sort of true. We did meet some wonderful Mormons, but it was not a Mormon cruise.
It wasn't a Mormon cruise. It wasn't a Mormon cruise per se. Okay, but there were a heck of a lot of Mormons there. And as you all know, my stance on the Mormon religion, they seem to be a fine group of people, with the exception that they continue to unalive all of them.
Again, I would like to hop in here and say, I feel like Protestants have unalived more people than the Mormons.
Back to me. David and I took a Royal Caribbean cruise to the Bahamas this week. And before you ask, I'm just going to tell you, it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. You guys, I've taken a cruise before. I took an Alaskan cruise, okay? But I feel like that was very different. Number one, I wasn't hot on it. I was very hot on this cruise. My hair never frizzed out in Alaska.
Just another clarification. You know, you were not on menopause when we took the other cruise.
First of all, no one is on menopause. They're in menopause. It's a season of life, just like grief and taxes, David.
I promise you, you are all up on it.
Okay. Anywho, I have come to the realization that my feet lack ground. They lack ground. I like to be stationary. And that's the truth. I don't prefer cruises. I know now. I probably won't do another one. Maybe Alaska when I'm 80, but I don't like it. Anybody else here feel that way? David, in all honesty, how did you feel about it? I like my feet on the ground. What did you think?
I liked it just for a change of pace. It was a 4-night cruise, so it wasn't too long. I wouldn't want it any longer.
It's 4 sleeps.
So for just a change of pace, it was kind of nice. The people that we got to hang out with and meet were incredible people, and so that really probably made it. If they weren't there, like we just done it ourselves, might not have enjoyed it quite as much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I can see what you're saying. But again, I'd like to have another disclaimer. Okay, Melissa is not endorsing this show, but she has watched an episode and a half of
Dr. Odyssey. He's so sexy. He makes me wanna puke. Dr. Odyssey on ABC and Hulu.
But
It's too cheesy.
I did stand there long enough to watch the boat that they were on, and I would take that cruise.
Yeah, I would take the Dr. Odyssey cruise because it's so nice. It's glamorous, but it's just, and I see actually several people in the comments are saying the same thing. It's just not for me. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the cruise itself. It's just not for me. I didn't like it.
I just think for me too, of course we can go get on some cruises down in Galveston, not that far, but having to go all the way to Miami to go out and do that. We are an hour and a half flight straight down to like Mexico, specifically Cancun. The beaches are so pretty. The water's so pretty. The hotels are so nice. I would much rather, if we're doing that kind of vein of a trip, if you want to call it that, like a beach trip. I think I would rather just go there and be at a nice inclusive resort. And then if we want to go do a snorkeling expedition or whatever, that's fine. But yeah.
Also, I don't okay, so for instance, like when we went to Cancun and we stayed in an all-inclusive resort, I knew exactly how to get back to my room when it was nap time. I don't know if y'all know this about me if you've never been on a trip with me. Nap time is important. And I knew how to get back to my room if it was nap time. On this boat, am I at the front or the back? Where is the Starbucks? I can find any place from the Starbucks. Where's the Starbucks at? David's like, okay, I think the Starbucks is on the 3rd level. Now we got to go up to the 3rd level just so I can figure out if I'm at the front of the boat or the back of the boat. Okay, there's my room. It's 100 miles down this hallway that literally my shoulders touch the... And I felt like at the bathroom that I was in an RV all week long. So it just... Anyway, but here's the thing. Also, the Bahamas? I mean, Beach Boys, y'all wrote a song about it, but I just didn't see nothing with it.
No, now the water and the beaches.
David, I could draw you a tub back there and you can see to your feet. So I don't know why you keep saying that. He's told that to everybody in our family. The water was pretty. You could see your feet. Okay.
But I'm talking about
in a bath. You can see your feet.
Okay. A bath is not, 5 foot tall. But yeah, I mean, you could see, so that part was beautiful. There did appear to be 2 really nice resorts, again, which would have been nice to just go and stay at. But we did a Jeep tour around the whole island. And
let me tell y'all about that.
It was all right.
One of our excursions.
We went to Nassau specifically.
One of our excursions on the Nassau day was a Jeep excursion. And this is how it was promoted. Drive your own Jeep in this guided Jeep tour. And the pamphlet showed a man and a woman in a Jeep driving it. And behind them was another Jeep with a man and a woman in a Jeep. We get there and we stand in our little spot to be picked up for our excursion. And the young boy says, all right, check it. You're the Radkes. Okay, sign in. We signed in. He goes, you're going to want to start making friends with another couple here because there's always 2 couples to every Jeep.
There's not always, because every picture on your website shows it's just 2 to a Jeep.
And I said, no, sir, absolutely not. And he said, yeah, it's that way. It's always 4 people to a Jeep. And I said, well, not according to your website. And he goes, actually, and he was a young guy. He goes, actually, yeah, it's in the fine print. You have to read like every single detail, but it is in there. Well, I wasn't the only one hacked off about it. Every single couple there was. One woman was like, so let me get this straight. My husband and I are on an anniversary trip, and we got to sit, no offense to everybody, we got to sit in a car with another couple that we don't know? She's like, but here's the deal. My husband was going to drive, but now if we get in with this couple, what if that husband wants to drive? Then we've paid the same amount of money. We don't even get to drive a Jeep. I mean, people were hacked off. So I saw these 2 girls. And I said, I think we'll have better luck with them than we would with another couple that we don't know. So not only do I walked up to them, and I'm like, hi, I'm Melissa. How are you? And made friends and asked them if they wanted to ride with us. And they're like, sure, we got to ride with somebody. Then they take us to this dump to eat at, a total dump. If anybody had even flicked a match, the whole place would have gone up. Okay. And what do they take us to? 4 Tops. So now we have to eat lunch with a couple we do not know. So David and I were not super happy about that. Luckily, we found these 2 wonderful girls, super, super nice, super friendly, chatty. We had a great time. But y'all, now that's not right. And I want my money back. Would y'all ask for your money back? I told David I was going to leave him a bad Yelp review. He said, don't be that person. It
was not the best excursion that we've ever been on, but it was not as bad as you're making it out to be. And the place wasn't a dump. It just wasn't the best. I'm sure it was like a relative's restaurant that they took us to. We've got some Tanya is saying that she went to Atlantis and they loved it. Now I can see that.
Oh yeah, Atlantis looked nice.
It looks so nice, and again, the water and the beach. And then Paula took a Hawaiian cruise, and she said that was great. Mm-hmm. My only thing is with Hawaii, and we had some friends that went to, where'd they go, Greece or something?
Yeah.
They were like, we weren't there long enough. Or like when we got off the boat, you either had to go this way to see this stuff or that way to see that stuff, and you couldn't see both. And so like you're not there long enough to really, get the full Monty.
People are saying I should at least leave a Yelp review to tell them about the 4 to a Jeep. I think I'm going to do that. Okay. But anyway, what I will say is this, and this was definitely a positive for us. Oh my word. It's nobody. Okay. So as y'all know, I earned this cruise. So I didn't have to pay a penny for this cruise. I didn't even have to pay a penny for David to go. I didn't have to pay a penny for the flight there and David's flight. Like I earned it all. So we were just honestly really blessed to get to even go on this cruise.
You really sound like it.
David, no, don't do that to me. So we were really just blessed to get to go.
Just as a disclaimer,
oh my gosh,
you're doing that to yourself.
I'm about to do something to you. And it ain't something you can put on Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to tell you that. Okay, that's not what I meant. Anyway, we went with the Beautiful You company that, I sell their trim fit and collagen. Well, that's why I said we were on a Mormon cruise, because it is a Mormon family. It's the founders, the CFO, CEO, the owner of the company, they're all Mormon. And y'all, they were the most wonderful people. Honestly, they were great people.
We've, of course, I grew up with a few Mormon friends, and we've met some incredible people online here. But these people were actually really good.
We've met some incredible people here online.
Well,
okay.
I mean, if you don't mind someone pulling out a knife at lunch.
Exactly. If you don't mind going to lunch with someone in Utah and them saying, by the way, take a picture of me holding this knife up to Melissa's neck. I'm just telling you, there's a lot of true crime documentaries. If you will watch them, you will find out this husband murdered this wife and this man did this and they're all Mormon. Is all I'm saying about it. Just pay attention. But these that we went on the cruise with, so I was really glad to know that I was tied in. I knew I liked the company and I liked the products, but to know that I was working with really great people was such a plus for us. And I got to meet some really great people. Some of y'all know the other influencers, several of the other influencers that were actually on this trip. And so y'all would write and leave comments and be like, if you see Jess Lee, let her know that I love her. If you see Courtney Swan, tell her I said hi. And I didn't do any of that for y'all. But I did meet those people. Of course, have known Courtney Swan for a couple of years now. But Tiffany Sweet Spot said, I've only known extremely nice Mormons. Well, then you ain't been up to the area I've been to. Then you obviously don't watch true crimes documentaries. Why don't you look up Under the Banner of Heaven and explain that to me? Okay.
Let's not talk about little niche
and then
fringe groups.
If they're a Mormon and a dentist, that is a lethal combination, and I'm not playing with that word. Okay. Courtney went live a lot when she was there. Great. Wonderful. Wonderful. Good for her. Hope it went well. Glad that her phone worked. Let me tell y'all how this went down for me. You're going to want to go back to that little view where you're in it. He knows what I'm about to say. Let me tell y'all something. My phone didn't work when I was there, but David's did. And as long as David's did, we were okay. Okay. That's what he would say. He would look at my phone and go like this. I don't know what it is, but mine's working. Mine's working fine. I don't care that his is working fine. I can't text my children. I can't check my emails.
You can.
I can't get on.
You can text your kids from.
Y'all, it would drive me nuts. I'd be like, David, I'm on day 3 of literally zero data, nothing. And he'll be like, That is so weird, but I don't know. Mine's working fine. As long as his was working fine.
Well, and the fact is that any piece of technology that Melissa gets near, it's going to break. One of the reasons why we've scooted her mic away from her, just so she can't be too close to mess it up. So it's not real surprising. That always tends to happen to you.
Well, Carrie Afflerbaugh is on here today after her and her husband went through a 2-week trip to Central Europe. That sounds good. That sounds like a lot of walking to me. And I've just decided, here's what I've decided. There's no shame in riding a little rascal. People rode it through that cruise. They rode it through that boat. And there's no shame in it. So if I'm going to go
one lady
on,
almost ran over my foot.
is she Mormon? But if I'm going to go to Central Europe for 2 weeks, that's going to be a lot of walking. And so I don't know. I might get me a little rascal. I don't know. I saw that meme the other day and I just, to this moment, it still makes me laugh. And all it said was, it was just words, right? It wasn't a picture or anything. It just said, I'm at the age now where if I see a chair, I'm going to take myself a little seat. I'm at the age now where if I see a chair, I'm going to take myself a little seat. And that's how I feel. Pardon me, but I don't want to sound ungrateful. We really were so grateful for the trip. It was nice to just be away. I will tell you guys this. We actually flew in to Nashville the Sunday before we left. We left on the cruise on Monday from Miami. We flew into Nashville. We were supposed to get there on Saturday morning, but because of the rain and the thunderstorm and everything, our flight got moved twice. And so we ended up flying in on Sunday morning, went to a wedding that it actually stopped raining for that wedding. And it was absolutely gorgeous. If you have to get married, if you have a child that is getting married in the Dixon area of Tennessee, I mean, this was a Nashville family, but we all drove to Dixon because this is where she wanted to get married. Firefly Lane. Oh my word. It was the most gorgeous little chapel. It was so beautiful. And so we went and I got to see my girlfriends, and I'll show you a picture of all of us on Thursday when we do my favorite things. I'll show you a picture of all of us and show you how much they're aging, but I'm looking amazing. It was one of my favorite things about this past week. That's a joke. I see.
I just noticed if we go to Central Europe, we're going to have to go for about 4 months because Carrie said that she walked between 10 and 20,000 steps a day. I figure we can get that in about a week. So it's gonna take us a little bit longer to see everything.
Okay, so essentially we're moving to send. Hey, David, let's just do this. Wherever we take our next vacation, let's just move there.
It's gonna take us a while. We're kind of moving
take us
slow.
a while. I am just so old. I used to want to do karaoke. I didn't even want to do that. All the other influencers were like, are y'all going to come to the silent disco? It's where you wear the headphones and then everybody's like dancing. That's exactly what it's like because did you zoom in on me?
Yeah.
Because there's no music whatsoever. No, I would say, no, I'm not. Y'all, I'm 50. I'm going to go to bed by 9:30. I'm going to be in bed. Of course, we only had 4 channels on our TV. So it was so every night we had to go to bed to Mark, our cruise director, telling you what tomorrow's events are going to be. Y'all have to admit that for someone who tries to do accents a lot, that was pretty good. I'm Mark, the cruise director. Tomorrow we've got Royal Bingo. You're going to want to get down here and get your tickets early for Royal Bingo, followed by Mamma Mia, coming at you live from the Aura Theatre. Don't forget, you'll want to get your seating early for Ocean Aria, where high divers and trampoline artists thrill you for an hour out on the big seas. I went to bed hearing him say that every single night. David, what is your face doing? Because they're laughing.
I don't
at
know.
you.
I think just kind of.
David's got COVID. We ain't tested
we don't.
it.
We don't.
We ain't tested it, but he does.
I do have something from the trip or the airplane.
He's got something. Yes, we were in, and I kissed on him.
You kissed him in Los Angeles.
Okay, you know what, David?
Yeah, the shows actually were really good. Well, the Oceanaria, as you mentioned, was incredible. Just, you know, high divers and acrobats and all this kind of stuff. There was a Blue Planet or something that was pretty
Here's
good.
the deal.
Comedians were.
I feel like people who write the shows for cruises are high on something when they write it. There was this one.
Why?
There was this
Why do you say
one
that?
called Blue Planet, and it was essentially about a girl wanting to know more about the planet. And then the goddess, Mother Nature, sang to her, and then the man in the moon sang to her, and then the sun, it was a woman dressed in yellow, and she sang to her. And would y'all like to know what the sun sang to her? To this poor girl who just wants to know more about how we can save the planet, which I'm like, if they're going to talk to us about recycling, I can't handle that. But but y'all want to know what she sang? When it was time for her to learn about the sun. I'm a naughty girl in a naughty world. I'm a naughty girl in a naughty world. Tell me how that at all tells you about the planet.
I can tell you because it's hot.
I was like, what is going on? My daughter just returned from a 2-week cruise to Greece. She is sick, and I'm not saying the C word. Vaccine, there's a lot still going on.
We see it. We see you and we hear you.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're back. We're better than ever.
We're back, baby. Hey, this is a very, very big week.
It is a huge week for the Radkes.
This is a very big week. Hopefully, you've been seeing in either Melissa's emails or on social media, Melissa sharing some really, really incredible videos. We've had amazing feedback, just the encouragement and the challenging and fun things Melissa has been sharing about, all setting up for a free webinar that Melissa's doing 2 times this week called Page Turner. And there is actually a link in the copy, and I'll put one in the comments real quick as well, for you to be a part of that. You want to tell them a little bit more about it?
You guys, my webinars, I have found, this is what I have found in talking to a bunch of different women. The word webinar scares them. It sounds too LinkedIn. It sounds too professional. It sounds businessy. A webinar is no different than what you and I are doing right now. It's over the web. Okay. It's just a teaching. And this one's absolutely free. And it's literally going to be so good. It's 3 points. I'm making 3 points. It's not even going to be that long. 3 points that you need to know and put into action, 3 action steps for if you want to have the next season of your life, whether you are going to start trying to lose weight or go back to college or start a new job, or just 2025 is coming up. Can you believe that? 3 action steps that you can, concrete steps you can begin to put into play today in your life to begin to change your life and your perspective of your life. So it's just me teaching you and talking just like this for about 45 minutes. And I'm going to share with you some things that I've got coming up that are really exciting. And I would love for you to be a part of them. But the way that you learn about all of that is to be at the webinar. It's super, super simple. It's this right here. Actually, I'll just be sitting at my desk though. But, and that's it. You'll love it. We'll have a good time. You will enjoy yourself. And the whole time that you're on there, it's just like this, where you can just talk to other people. And so I would love for you to be a part. David's got the link that he has put up. You just click that link and tell us which day you want to come so that we're prepared. And then once they're filled up, they're filled up. And then we're not going to open them up to anymore, because then I can't really see all the comments coming through. But we would love for you to come and find those 3 actionable, concrete steps you can put in right now, your life, to make it this next season of your life, a real page turner.
Well, we're so glad you guys decided to spend a little bit of time with us today. If you're getting to watch us live, or if you're watching us on replay later, again, it's David and Melissa, and this is the Radke Show every Monday through Thursday around 8:30 on YouTube and on Facebook right now as well. So
Okay. Dina said, Melissa Radke, are you going to be doing this morning show on Facebook as well as your channel? Happy that you're back safely. Thank you, Dina. Actually, no. This will be the last week that we come to you live on YouTube and Facebook. We're doing them together right now, but this will be the last week. Enjoy us Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But then next week we will just be on YouTube only.
what about today? Did they?
No,
did
she
they
doesn't.
have the op-
She's not having the opportunity to
she
enjoy us
can't
today.
enjoy us today. Okay.
But YouTube is so simple. Just go to YouTube and watch it. It's so simple. It looks just like this. So we will be here on Facebook the rest of the week. Someone said, what about the webinar? If I can't do either of the times, can it be watched later?
You really want to be there. You really want to be there live. We may, if people are registered. If they're not registered, most likely not. If you're registered, we'll see about the possibility of sending out a replay. Mm-hmm. And we've had some people asking about an evening one, so we may consider that.
Yeah, so just make sure you're following my page, you're getting my emails, and we'll let you know if we end up doing a third one. We might not, but we might. You never know.
We also schedule these intentionally at the times we did. I'm sorry, I just blanked. Wednesday is at 2 p.m. Central. Thursday is at 11 a.m. Central. So people that work hopefully can work around their lunches and those kind of things if possible. But we understand some people's jobs and stuff are different. So.
Okay. David's eyes are glazing over. We have to put him to bed now. Okay. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
See ya. Bye.